guys, welcome on this new Coach Live Academy Lab Guide. I'm Corentin Guinez, and today we're gonna go with the Porsche 718 GT4 around the famous Indianapolis for the week 7 of the GT4 Open Series. So as usual, first I'm gonna go with the yacht lap, and then I'm gonna go into more details about the combo. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, here we go for the lap around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pushing through the gears, putting 6 here really lightly. And then I'm gonna go for the T1. Gonna brake like between the 500 meter and 400 meter board. Like basically it's gonna be few 1 meter, 2 meter after the 50 meter board, the 500 meter board, fully on the brakes. And then I'm gonna release the brakes slightly, step by steps. And then I'm gonna try to go back on power as soon as I'm basically catching the apex on the inside. Just avoid these big sausage curbs on the inside because it's really will make the car just bouncy. So just avoid them everywhere on the track except the fast chicane, but we will see that later. So as you can see on the apex, and then I'm fully back on power. Just find the rotation. Basically, just with the Porsche, it's really OP to just find most of the rotation on the on the power. Sorry, with other cars, it's basically 50-50 on the brakes and power, but with the Porsche, it seems like it's more 75 on throttle with the rotation and 25 with the brakes. So back on power really early to find the rotation, and then I'm gonna try to go basically in the middle of that line on the tarmac, and I'm gonna stay with second gear. I'm not putting third gear because as you can see it's going slightly uphill, so if I put third gear I will be too low on the revs with the Porsche, which is not ideal. You have to be really high on the revs with the Porsche actually. So I'm just gonna stay with second. Just need to be patient to stay with second, and then I'm gonna use all the curbing on the inside and then back on power to find the rotation. And on the exit, I'm gonna use like a lot of curbs as well. This one is quite technical as well. So for the brakes, I'm just gonna look at the end of this curb actually. So as soon as can't really see the curb on my screen. So for me, it's pretty much like at that time. Yeah, at that time, I'm gonna slightly like go on the brakes, try to find the rotation using the curb on the outside. Really important to use that curb as well because it gives you a better angle for the right hander just after. And then I'm just gonna have to slightly go on the brakes, not too much, otherwise I'm gonna hit the ABS and go straight, and it's basically not what you want because you need to find a lot of rotation out of this one. And also this one is quite understeery, so if you arrive with too much speed, you're gonna basically lose like all the grip and miss the apex, and basically then have a really bad straight because then it's kind of straight, except you have the fast chicane in the middle, but it's basically flat out until the next corner. So just using the brakes, find the rotation, and then I'm gonna try to reach the apex and basically use as much as the curve as I can. Basically, even if it's a bit slippery on this one, using the curb is a big help because if you just avoid the curb, it's gonna be just too understeery, and then you're gonna go too wide on the exit, and then you're gonna just basically lose a lot of top speed for the rest of the straight. So then, as you can see, really early on powered using all of the curb, and then like I said, I'm not trying to go too wide on the exit. I'm not even using the curb being on the outside because then it means I will probably need to slow down a bit to take the chicane, because as you can see, you have to, as you will see, you need to arrive very straight. So then I'm just straight, using a lot of curb on this one. I don't know what's the slowdown. It's okay. It's in the rules. So basically, I think if you go with the 4 wheels of the curbing, which is obviously a slowdown, it's gonna be a slowdown. But it seems like if you at least keep your left wheels on the middle of the curbing, it's fine. So just make sure that you arrive like completely straight on this curbing, and it's gonna be fine. So just putting slowly the replay, using all the curbing, and then just push all the gears through, all the revs as far as you can, long and straight, and then we have a 90-degree corner. So I'm gonna basically brake. There is a kind of exit road. I don't know if it's some run-off exit road, but I'm just basically gonna brake as soon as it begins, basically, or it ends, depending. Or the grass, just basically at the beginning of the grass, I'm gonna start to brake. It's a heavy braking zone. And then I'm gonna try to reach for the apex, aim for the apex, releasing the brakes, as you can see, step by step, just avoiding the inside curb. And then as you can see, aggressively on power, trying to find the rotation, just trying to avoid the TC on the exit, even if I'm using a slightly bit of TC, as you can see with the purple lights on the dash. But yeah, you really have to try to avoid as much TC as you can on the exit. But with practice, you will find the limit pretty easily, because this car is pretty much on the race, to be honest. So then for this one, I need to try to stay kind of tight, not going too close of the grass, because I really need to think about every corners. Like as soon as you cross this corner, you have to think about the next corners every time from now. So then I'm gonna try to be kind of tight, because I need to prepare this right-hander. I'm gonna take with third gear, using all the curbing on the inside. I'm just gonna try to not be too aggressive on power, as you can see. I'm just releasing kind of early, just putting some brakes to find the rotation. I'm not gonna try to use too much cross. I don't think I'm using that much cross, to be honest. Just maybe a slightly bit on the end. No, not really, to be honest. So yeah, like I said, a bit of inputs on throttle, just releasing early the power, just slightly bit of brakes to find the rotation, but then I'm quickly back on power. Just again, slightly on the brakes to find a tiny bit of rotation, but then I'm gonna go back on power. Once again, I'm not going flat out, find once again the rotation. And because it's mostly with the throttle that I'm gonna find the rotation, using all the curb. And then for this one, I'm gonna prepare the right hander, because like I said, you always have to prepare the next corner. So I'm gonna go straight away to the left side, and then back again to the right side with the third gear. And then for this one, I'm gonna go slightly on the brakes, maybe just on the entry, but then I'm gonna go quickly on power, because it's pretty much an open exit, I would say. Even if you have it's getting tighter, I would say, like right after the corner, after the exit, I would say. But it remains pretty much open for this one, so you can go pretty early on power to find the rotation. And for this one, I would say do not cross that dark line in the middle of the curbing with your left wheels. Otherwise, it's gonna be a slowdown. Probably an off track, but most chance it's gonna be a slowdown. So then for this one, you have to carry a lot of speed, just going all the way on the curb, using all of the curb. Just try to not overshoot the exit, otherwise you're gonna be in the grass and you're gonna lose even more. You're gonna lose way too much time. And then I'm gonna use all the curbing. Now moving to the right side of the track, using all the curbing on the inside to shorten the distance for the next corner, which is basically a kind of bust up. So then moving back to the left side of the track, and I'm gonna try to brake as straight as I can for this one. I'm basically braking a bit earlier for this one, because I don't want to like miss the apex on this one, because it goes a bit downhill mid corner. So basically it means you're gonna carry a bit more speed, I would say, compared to a normal corner, pretty much. So it goes downhill, so you're gonna have a bit more speed than a normal corner. That's why I'm braking at the 300 meter boards, and not at the 200-meter board, because for me it's just better like this. And because if I go too wide, then I'm gonna have to find too much rotation on the exit, because I'm gonna have some more understeer. And if I just basically have too much understeer, I'm gonna have to find more rotation on power, and then it means I'm gonna probably eat TC though. So that's why I'm just thinking about the exit pretty much. That's what you should do with the GT4. So that's why I'm braking a bit before, like a bit earlier with the GT4, because if I brake too late, basically then it kills pretty much all the speed exits. So yeah, back at the corner, 200-meter board on the brakes, using quite a lot of brakes actually, just hitting a bit of ABS, and then as you can see, just trying to make the apex, avoiding this inside curb, releasing the brakes to find the rotation, and then aggressively back on power to find the rotation, and basically try to get as much traction as I can. And then I need to prepare the exit of this one and the entry, obviously. So I'm gonna basically go kind of wide on the entry. I'm gonna brake like when you have that exit road on the left, or I guess maybe it's in the layout. I'm gonna jump on the brakes, but I need to jump on the brakes slightly because it's pretty much you just basically gonna turn in the same time you are braking. So you just have to be really kind on the brakes, otherwise you're gonna miss the rotation with the ABS, or maybe you can lose the rear of the car. So at that time on the brakes, slightly on the brakes, just trying to find the great balance with the brakes to find the rotation and also stop the car at the right moment. And then for this one, I'm just trying to not exit too wide, because then I have to put more rotation for the wrong right corner then. So I'm just trying to have a bit tighter exit for this one, actually, to prepare the long right just after. So as you can see, I'm really early on power. Like as soon as the big curbing starts on the inside, I'm going back on power to find the rotation. And then I'm gonna straighten the wheel, try to find a lot of traction, and then I'm gonna stay away a bit from the curb, but then I'm gonna reach for the apex, trying to find some rotation, even if it's pretty much flat out, but using a bit of curb helps you, because it's kind of easy to get some understeer on this one because it's basically flat out. It's a bit of camber, so you can basically go a bit wide on this one. And then I'm gonna try to go wider on the exit of this one, just because it helps me basically to carry more speed through all the straight, and because it seems like it goes a bit downhill, so it helps me to carry a bit more speed. You can choose to go fully inside, but for me it's not worth it, because at the end of the straight you're gonna be a bit slower compared to the outside line, I would say. So just try to go outside. For me, it's the best option. And then yeah, that's it for the lap around Indianapolis. Not a big deal at the beginning of the straight. And yep, that's it for the lap around Indianapolis with the Porsche GT4. Okay guys, that's it for today for the lap guide around Indianapolis with the Porsche 718 GT4. I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned a bit from it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the Discord server if you have any questions about the setups or anything. So yep, see you next time. Bye bye.